make more money. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. This is Lunga. The name and the surname is Rosha. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But I won't tell you. I won't tell you. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But again, thank you so much. Thank you so much to Put Freedom. Thank you so much to Put Buhle. Thank you so much to all the speakers in Durban. Thank you so much to all the speakers in Johannesburg. And thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much to the great community that we have. Thank you so much to everybody that is contributing. And thank you so much to everybody that is PHing. And thank you so much to everybody that is confirming. Ladies and gentlemen, those that are not confirming, they will learn. They will learn. Those that are PHing in time, they will learn. They will learn. So we all gonna learn. We all gonna be in a space whereby everything is running as smooth as we wish. Now, 100%, this is Global Wave Fund. This is Global Fund Wave. And this is a very, very powerful opportunity. This is the Global Fund, the global community, crowdfunding, stokvel, umgalelo. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a beautiful back office. Beautiful book. A lot is happening. A lot is happening behind the scenes. So it's going to improve. We are improving slowly, but surely we are improving. Yes, a lot of issues, I must say, but obviously those issues will be overturned. Not issues of some sort as if the platform is disappearing. No. To make sure that we are getting to a bigger and bigger and bigger setup. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that when you register, you know how to register. Ask the person that has invited you how to register successfully, how to register effectively, so that it's going to be easy for the community to be together. I won't tell you how, but ladies and gentlemen, there are rules. If you don't confirm in time, there's going to be a problem because your account might be suspended. Please confirm if you can. We'll say they're coming. The gifts are coming. Don't worry. Please confirm in time because you're going to be suspended for 7 days. Imagine it's a 15-day cycle. And this plus 7, this now goes to 22 days cycle. That's not what you want. And you don't confirm plus 7 days. You are now sitting in 29-day cycle. You don't confirm plus 7 days. You are now on a 36-day cycle. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't confirm plus 7 days. You are now on 43-day cycle. Is it 43? Yes. So you don't want that. You want your 15-day cycle. Rather deal with the issue of PH and GH allocations, processes that needs to be improved. Yes, we agree that needs to be improved, 100%. Rather deal with that. Now, that will be minimized as well when you are paying in time and confirming in time. Then issues are minimized. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the very beautiful concept, the very beautiful platform that brought us together. So, like I said, officially, community notice, this is where it says, dear community members, please be informed that the following challenges are currently being attended to and will be fully resolved. That's not me saying, that's me reading. Now, by the dates below. Let me repeat it. Dear community members, please be informed that the following challenges are currently being attended to and will be fully resolved by the date below. EPINS allocations. If you have an issue with that, it's going to be sorted. Now, you've got, you see, when was this? So it's going to happen. It's the process. All of these things are happening. So the process is happening. So don't be discouraged. It doesn't take like magic. It's a process. So it's going to happen exactly as they've informed. And very, very soon, obviously you will see there's a lot in the background that is happening in terms of our support, and that will happen 100%. So I'm just reminding you, I'm just bringing you back. I'm just bringing you back to this, whereby this was communicated and they're working on it. They're working on it because we need a very, very viable support. We need a proper for this engine. Support that will just not sleep day and night and make sure everything is being sorted. With that said, let's move on now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. This is where by now we're talking about a beautiful 15-day cycle. Does it have challenges? It will have challenges. Yes. Will those challenges be overcome? 100% yes. Now, how does it work? Simple. This is how it works. This is whereby you become a provider. You provide help. This is what we call PH. Now, I like the demonstration because this can be vice versa. You can be a giver here as well. And you can be a giver here as well. What is most beautiful is that you can be also a receiver. And here you should be a receiver. It takes just 15 days for that to happen. That's a 15-day cycle. Now, this is where you provide help the first time, and after 15 days, this is where you get help. The system allocates that. The admin is done at the beginning, and the system allocates that. Now, to improve the system for automation or automation or whatever you call it, automated, whatever we call it, but it's going to be improved because now there's an allocation that was not done there, maybe not done there. It's going to be improved. So as we move forward, as we move along, it's improving as we speak. Now, you need a crypto wallet. A crypto wallet, it is a wallet address that you can exchange from fiat to cryptocurrency. It is a USDT method of payment. Now, once you can be able to exchange from USDT, from fiat to USDT, done. The job is done. If you don't know, there are videos circulating on the groups that you can learn everything. Different leaders sharing those videos. So the only payment method, it is USDT. Nothing else. No fiat banks, only USDT. You choose any wallet of your choice when it comes to USDT. Once you are sorted, ladies and gentlemen, this is where you can connect transactions proper. Together, we build financial freedom. Now, power to obviously prosper. And of course, people to the people, peer to peer, person to person, financial freedom, secure transactions, and of course, global community. This is where we are. Now, very importantly, you need to familiarize yourself. Make sure you are familiar with these exchanges. Cold wallets or decentralized or Web3. You need to be familiar with Exodus. You need to be familiar with SafePal. You need to be familiar with Token Pocket. You need to be familiar with Trust Wallet, MetaMask. Every decentralized, you need to be familiar with it because this will save you money. This will make your transactions smooth, faster. And you can transact from USDT per 20, USDT, TRC20. If you don't know, don't worry. The person that has invited you will help you. You will get a link, get to the Zoom trainings, and of course, learn. Get to live sessions and learn. But you can start here if you are not familiar with decentralized. You can start with the centralized wallets, the likes of Binance, the likes of OKX, the likes of HTX. All of those different wallets that you can use. Definitely you can use that. You can now exchange from fiat to USDT and you purchase and you make sure that you've got your ePins. We'll talk about ePins. That's what you purchase. Now we talk about a platform, ladies and gentlemen, that has no trading, that has no mining, that has no staking, that has no investment, simply peer-to-peer, simply person to person, simply muntu to muntu, nothing else. So that's the beauty of it, ladies and gentlemen, whereby nothing wrong with trading. It's beautiful. We know it. Nothing wrong with staking. We know it's beautiful. Nothing wrong with buying and hold. It's beautiful. Nothing wrong with farming. But here, there's no any of some sort. Simply wallet to wallet. If you understand the wallet, whether it's a female or male wallet, it's from wallet to wallet. Now, a very, very peer-to-peer opportunity with a 15-day cycle. After 15 days, between 24 to 48 hours, you should be allocated. If you're not, well, assistance is coming your way. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's not because maybe when you have an allocation, there's an issue because it's personal. No, we all have that. We all have that. I've got that. But I understand that this is bigger than one allocation, two allocations, and so forth. Maybe there's more problems, but they're going to be sorted. Now, no longer terms in terms of contracts, and of course, it's very, very awesome. This is a global fund wave. Please join the wave. Please join the wave. I don't usually beg people to make money, but I just ask you to join the wave because if you are left behind, we don't want to see you suffering. The minimum, this is my favorite, ladies and gentlemen. I had a lot of questions when it comes to this. The minimum to PH is $50. It must come with a EPIN. What is that EPIN? That is a $5 EPIN. That is a $5 EPIN. $5 EPIN plus or minus 100 rand. Now, what is an EPIN? Now, an EPIN is a token that you cannot see that is online. A virtual token. This token allows you to get somebody. This token allows you to have somebody that you'll PH with or PH to. Let's make a scenario, maybe a quick one. Let's say one. Let's say one, very, very importantly. Let's say you come in a normal stokvel. And when you come in a normal stokvel, what happens? You need to have people. You need to gather around people. You need to find people. And when you find people, maybe they will say no, they will say yes. But some will say yes, and you decide, you know what, we have a stokvel of 5 people. We are obviously agreed that every month, 200 rand, 200 rand, every month, 500, 500, it happens. But yeah, you don't have to find people. You come with an EPIN. You come with a transaction fee, admin fee. That is an EPIN. That different packages when it comes to EPIN. 3 different ones. Now, the first one is a $5 EPIN. It means that when you decide to obviously purchase a $5 EPIN, you wish to PH with the minimum of $50. Now, let's not run away from this. If I would say I will ask the community, I will urge the community and ask the community, even if you are running away with $200, $100, please remember your team. Remember, somebody in your team is starting from the beginning. Remember, somebody in your team, that leader that is learning, that leader that is not experienced, it's starting with people that comes with $50. They don't have the courage to speak to somebody and say, come with 20,000. They still have the fear. And for them to learn and master network marketing, they need to start small. Once they start with $50, next time they'll talk about $100. Next time they'll talk about $200. Next time they'll talk about 100,000. Next time they talk about 1 million and more. But if you are a leader, you are flying with $200, you are killing the dream at the bottom. So let's make sure, all of us, you have some e-pins, maybe 6 e-pins for $50. As you PH every account that you have 6 e-pins for $50. What will happen is you'll PH for $50 and everybody is sorted. Nobody's running $200 and $200. If we all, those that are making big money, remember that at least do 5 or 6 or 4 $50 EP, $50 PH sorted. Nobody will be crying. Nobody will worry about anything. This is sorted. So let's remember, as you fly higher, there's somebody at the bottom trying to get some wings. And you can help that person to have some wings. The more you have a little bit of PH with $50, you are helping that person to grow. So let's not forget this one. It's very, very important to have this one. And as long as we have it, let's keep it running and make sure that the minimum is the one that is helping the community to build. If you can look at the back office and see how many people started with the minimum, you will see there's a lot and a lot. So make sure that you don't forget this, because you can turn small into magic. I'll show you now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, very importantly, that e-pin, you can use it once. You purchase it, you use it once. Per transaction, it needs an e-pin. Every transaction needs an e-pin. So you go for a transaction of $50 plus $5 e-pin. That is $55. And you request to PH. When you request to PH, you are asking the system to find you a person. You are asking the system to find you a person. This is the person. I don't have to draw the person. Now, from this person, this is you now. You have used your e-pin to find this person. Now that you have this person on your back office, 24 to 48 hours, it's even quicker now. You PH to that person. The person that has invited you will show you, or join trainings, you'll see. And you now send that $50 to this person. This person, all they have to do is to go look at their wallet, find $50 here, and confirm the payment. Once they see it on their wallets, they go back to the back office, they confirm. If they fail to confirm, their account will be suspended because the money is already in your wallet. Why not confirming? Yes, you might have forgot. Maybe not technology smart, whatever the issue, but it's going to be suspended because you are killing the dream. This is supposed to start their 15-day cycle. But because of you, there are delays now. They need support. They need this. They get frustrated. They go to the groups and write because they need their 15 days to get started. So please, let's minimize the problems. Make sure we don't run away from the $50 PH. Now we have $100 PH. If you focus on $100 PH, you need to purchase an e-pin that is $10 e-pin, plus or minus 200 rands. Now, once you have that e-pin, you're going to use it once. For the next transaction, you need to buy an e-pin, a new e-pin to use it again. You find a person, you PH to the person. After 15 days, you have doubled your funds. If you look at it here, after 15 days, from $50 to $100. After 15 days. Awesome. Somebody asked, why not 7 days? Somebody asked, why not 5 days? We can't go there. We need our support sorted. We need our support 100%. Maybe we're going to get there. Maybe we're going to get there. But this is the beginning. Let's talk about the beginning. Now, you PH with $100, you turn $100 into $200 after 15 days. That is the dream. That is the reality. Is it easy? No. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. If it was easy to be a millionaire, everybody would be a millionaire. Nobody would be a consumer here. But it's not easy. You need to be patient, because patience helps you to turn $200 into $400. You just need an e-pin for $20 to send this e-pin to find you a person. Once this e-pin finds you a person, you pay this person. You have used your e-pins once off. It's been used. You can never use it again. And you PH to this person $200. After 15 days, you have turned your $200 into $400. Magical. It's very magical. But you need to confirm the transaction. You need to make sure you attach your proof of payment. You need to make sure that you attach your proof of payment. A detailed screenshot, amount, $50, $100, or $200, depending what you decided to go for. Date, time, order number. You've got network, BEP20 or TRC20. You've got amount that has arrived, received amount. Please, not 99. Make sure that you cater for exchange fees. At least if you know your exchange, if you're going to go for VAL-R, at least you go for 100. VAL-R will add plus $5. It's sorted. You go for Adcon, you go for 105. You should be fine. You go for Binance, you go for 100 and maybe, it depends on the core, on the network, 102 if it's a BEP20 network. If it's a TRC20 network, go for 101 on Binance. It should be fine. The other exchanges, they vary, they differ. Red.pay, you'll find sometimes TRC20 and BEP20, they're just same in charges. So you'll find one, it's going to be maybe at some point it's going to be $101. At some point it's going to be $102. You can just go for $103. You are sorted. 100% the person will get what is due to them. If you're not good at these ones, don't stress. Just go 103, but make sure that is not VAL-R, that is not Adcon. If it's Luno, it's gonna be 112 in dollars, and so forth and so forth. I don't know what exchange you're using. Decentralized, they can be cheaper. So make sure when you confirm, you focus on the last 4 digits, last 4 characters. I'll show you how to confirm. But you attach your TXID, you attach the proof of payment, which is a screenshot. You are sorted. Once you have that, you are on your way, ladies and gentlemen. To what? Let me quickly show you. Let's do this quickly. Let's just come back to the room and get this mistake quickly. Come back to the room and just share this part. You'll see it's powerful. It's powerful. It's magical. I've never seen something like this, ladies and gentlemen. Never. If you have questions, please, by the end of the session, you will have a chance. You'll have a chance by the end of the session, 100%. 100% by the end of the session. You'll have a chance if you have a question. But let's try this, ladies and gentlemen. Please confirm if you can see my screen. I really appreciate if you can confirm on the chat.
We can see your screen, leadership.
100%. I appreciate that.
Those who have their hands up as well can just write their questions in the chat box. I'll answer them in the meantime.
No problem, my leader. Currently it is locked due to the movement and disturbance because
Okay.
there's so much going on there. But it's going to be open as soon as we are towards the end of the session. You'll definitely assist. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
Awesome, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, you can start the dream. We're not going to talk about all of those 15 days, and so we're going to get to those slides. But let me just show you. Let me show you. You start small. You don't have to start big. That's why the $50 package is very important. Let's say just say 1,000 rands. I'll get to dollars just now. Let's just say 1,000 rands, or let's just say $50, or let's just say 50. Let's not just mention a number. You understand that when you understand dollars, this is $50. And you understand ZAR, this is obviously 1,000 rand plus or minus. I'm going to go to school and understand all the currencies in Ghana. Naira, I know millions and millions there to buy something there. So it's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we can go to all the currencies. But let's talk about this one. Let's just take this as numbers. Now, first circle, it's 50. I'm not going to say 50 what? Times 2. That is 100. You've got a second circle now. Times 2. Now, it's 200. We're going to get to rands, $200. Now, very important, ladies and gentlemen, every transaction goes with an e-pin. In order for you to take this 200 back, you need to have at least 2 e-pins. For one e-pin, $10, $10, or one e-pin for $20. Once you've got that sorted and some fees, so that when you send to the other person, you are sorted. They get 100% the amount. Now let's get to times 2. This is $400. Now let's say times 2. This is $800. Ladies and gentlemen, every transaction goes with an e-pin. You can take this $400, $800 home. It's fine. But if you want to continue, organize some e-pins. If you don't have e-pins, it's simple. Fantastic. You've got $800. Now you need e-pins like times what? You need about 4 e-pins, if I'm not mistaken. 4 e-pins, am I right? Maybe 4 e-pins. You need 8 e-pins. Yes, 8 e-pins for $10. But you need 4 e-pins for $200. So what then do you do? You can take that $100, sacrifice it for e-pins. Now, you've got $700 there. You go there, you buy e-pins, whether $10 or $20, enough. You've got that sorted. And maybe one e-pin for $10 to cover that $100. So you've got 3 e-pins for $600. And 1 e-pin for $10. You have used your $100 to finance your e-pins. And you go with $700, you double it from 700 to 14. 1-4. But let's say you've got funds for these ones, for e-pins, times 2, $1,600. $1,600 times 2, $3,200 times 2, $6,400 times 2, $12,800 times 2. I don't know the duration. Don't worry about that. 256, which is $25,600. If you are looking for a salary, if you are looking for a monthly salary, this could be your chance. If you are looking for creating wealth, this could be your chance. Where do you stop? It's up to you where you stop. You can make this times 16, 1650 or 17. It's up to you to understand it. But I'll do another demonstration. If you are happy with at least $25,600 a month, this is your chance because you can multiply it. You're now sitting on $25,600. Now it is simple. If you go to change the strategy from there times 2, it is 512, which is $51,200. Not 512. $51,200. Now, you can say, you know what? You can have a different strategy. So what I like from listening to Leadership Freedom there, this is the part where it's like, okay, fine. You are looking for a salary. We are used to salaries. Then have a salary. Those that looking for something different, they have that. Different strategies. So I'm just sharing a glimpse what was there. Now from there, you can go for $51,200 or more multiplied by times 2, or take half of it. That's what he said to your account. So you have $25,600 back to your account, decentralized, or whatever wallet that you choose. It's up to you. Whatever bank that you choose, it's up to you. To be too safe, decentralized. And you have your $25,600 there. The following second, you go with the other half times 2. It's now $51,200. Now, in your wallet, you divide it by times 2 as well. How much you have in your wallet now? You've got 51,000. You've got $51,200 in your decentralized. It is banked. It's sitting there. And you go again times 2. $102,400. And it's growing. And it's growing. You decide until when. Maybe you can start small again. You decide where you can start. I'm just starting the dream from as leaky as possible. You can start from 2,000 or 20,000 rands, 40,000 rands. It depends on your dreams, your financial muscles. Now, if you look at it, you go for it. You're looking to earn 100,000 a month, maybe. That's your choice. That's the goal. That's what you need. Times 2. 2,000, you go. 4,000 times 2. 8,000 times 2. 16,000 times 2. I don't know the duration. Even if it could be a year. 32,000 times 2. How many times have you been earning 15,000 a month? 12,000 a month? 10,000? How many times? How many years? This could be less than a year. 64,000 times 2. 128,000. This is where I liked it. This is where he stopped. But you can go further. Times 2. 256,000. Ladies and gentlemen, if you stop here and say this divided by 2, you could be sitting at 128,000 on a monthly basis. If you continue times 2, 256,000. If you don't have money for e-pins, the same amount can finance e-pins. Times 2, 512,000, $500,000. If you are here, you say, you know what? Divided by 2 a month, you could be sitting at 256,000. Little bit of admin, little bit of stress, pH stress, GH stress. What is the stress if you are sitting on 256,000? What is the stress level there? You can go to the massage. You can go anywhere. You can travel. If the stress is too much, come back and kill it again. Times 2. This is 512,000 times 2. This is 1,024,000. Let me show you. If you want to earn $1 million a month, times 2. This is 2,048,000. Here, divided by 2. Every month, you should be starting 1,024,000. If you can start 1,024,000 every month, times 12, you are sitting at 122 million. Is it 122 million? You tell me. But this is what? It should be 12 million. Let's say 288,000. 12,288,000. Who can give you that money? Does it come easy? No. Do you need patience? A lot of patience. How many forms you have signed, you have submitted to get here? A lot. But why not? Is it with the problem? Yes, it is. It is with the reward. It matches the reward. The stress matches the reward, because you can do anything for that stress to disappear. And you don't have to excel in stress. Just train your mindset not to dwell in stresses and stuff. You should be fine. Ladies and gentlemen, let me stop sharing here and come back to here as we continue. This is powerful. This is magical. I'm just trying to show you how powerful is this, so that you cannot focus only on EPINs. You don't focus only on pH. You don't focus only on GH. You don't focus, I don't want to say the small things, because these are bigger issues. I understand and I respect that. Fairly, I respect that. Because 1,000 rand, it's big money. 1,000 rand, ladies and gentlemen, let's not lie to each other. It's big money. It's a lot of money. Because nobody can gift you. Nobody. Nowadays, nobody. So I understand that. But let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at the bigger picture. If you are 5 in your family, you're on Zoom, all 5 of you could be millionaires in just 6 months to a year with a proper strategy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's share again. Otherwise, if you have questions, please, you will get your chance. Don't worry. Money stress ni, you'll definitely get your chance. So this is where you can turn small into millions, turn small into big, turn small into magic. From $50 to millions, from $50 to 200,000 plus dollars, from 1,000 rands to 3.5 million or more. Every 15 days cycle, it's a double. You do that for 6 months. You do that for 12 months. You see what happens. You do it for 185 days plus. You see what happens. Just bear in mind, there's going to be those liquid delays. There's going to be those frustrations. There's going to be those distractions. But don't let that discourage you. You can go for 20,000 as a beginner. Times 2 is 40,000. 40,000 times 2 is 80,000. 80,000, take it home, buy whatever you want, no problem. Come back, welcome to 160,000. You want to turn 160,000 to 320,000. Simple. Now, 320,000 to 640,000. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 640,000 to 1.2 million plus 80,000. You want to turn that into 2,560,000 in 105 days. You can do that. Your choice. Turn small into magical. Turn small into big. You don't have to worry about, you are not restricted. You can go more. You can go big. It's up to you. But our muscles are not the same. You can start small as well. $5 pH gives you a $50, $5 e-pins allows you to go for $50 pH. One e-pin used per transaction. Now you only pH by the information that you receive from the system, nowhere else. What is the system? Global Fund Wave. Remember, in case you've forgotten, that's why we are. You're allowed to have 5 pH a day. 5 pH a day. Whether $50, whether $100, maybe whether $200 pH, you're allowed. It's up to you. You decide. 5 pH a day. You can go for multiples account. It's up to you. But please have an admin to help us. It's crazy. If you are helping your older people to run their accounts, it's crazy. So much work. So if you're going to go for more accounts, proper admin structure so that you can assist the community to obviously confirm in time. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go for any amount. You can start with $5,500. It's your choice. You can go for $1,100 inclusive of e-pins. You can go for $1,650. You can go for $2,200. You can go for $3,300 or $4,400 or more, $5,500. Just remember, each and every amount, the e-pin is 10%. If you understand ZAR, 9,500 at the beginning, inclusive of e-pins, 18,600. You've got exactly 28,000. You've got 37,000, 55,000, 70. It's up to you. You choose. Your choice. You don't want to be part of it. It's okay. Now, the 15-day cycle, it starts from you giving help. To complete the cycle from giving help to the receiver. Now, day 0, this is where you do all the beginning. Exchange fiat to USDT and register correctly. Make sure that next to your name, there's a beautiful gift there that will help you when you have pH extra, when you have pH less, when you have made a mistake. You use that gift to recover that. You use that gift to make sure that everything is smooth. Your account is being confirmed 100%. You remind the person to please provide. That's it. You remind the person to please confirm. That's it. No harassment. You send USDT to the assigned individual. You confirm the transaction by attaching your hash and that proof of screenshot, proof of payment. Just paying alone is not enough. Attaching it. Because if you pay, you don't attach, it's going to be saying on his side or her side, pending payment. They've already received the amount, but it's still pending. But if that gift is there next to your name, they can use that gift and say, yo, I've received money, but nothing is being attached. What's happening? You're being assisted like that. Now, confirmation, this is where the receiver confirms the payment. How do they confirm? They've seen it with their naked eye. Receiver verifies receipt using the transaction hash and to see the funds with their naked eye, then confirm. If you haven't seen the funds with your naked eye, do not confirm, but do not equally reject. Get a person that understands the exchange to check it. Now, day from 1 to 15, the timer starts. Join our sessions, you know how does it go. 15-day timer starts on your ID, and help is now in the system. Now, this is where magic happens. After 15 days, this is where you receive help. Within 24 to 48 hours, ladies and gentlemen, platform assigns 2 individuals that pays you. that development. Now we may be assigned one person that will, if you have PH with $50, you are assigned one individual that will PH to you $100. You have doubled it. Amazing. Awesome solutions. Now, let's admit we have PH with $100. After 15 days, one person or two, no problem, that pays you $200. You have doubled it. Ladies and gentlemen, money-making machine. Two people or one person, depend on the packages, after 24 to 48 hours. If it doesn't happen, don't allow that stress to kill the dream. It will happen. It will happen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you kill it. This is how you win. This is how you confirm. Focus on the last 4 characters. It's A1. It's 1CA8. 1CA8. And this is what will appear on your screen. There's a timer. When this timer comes to 0, you have failed to confirm. And that's where your account will be suspended for 7 days. But when you have received the funds, you can check here as well. You will see the transaction hash here. And once you see the transaction hash, it matches exactly this. And you see the funds in your exchange, which is $100, $50. So we can have $50. Yeah, we can have $50 because if they have assigned 2 people, you've got $50 first and second $50. So, or you've got $100, you've got $200. You confirm the payment if that's what we are supposed to receive. Don't rush to reject. Advise the person if you can by using that gift next to the name. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this trip is coming and more trips are coming. More developments are happening. And remember, the payment method is USDT, either BEP20 or TRC20. By obviously attaching both, you are obviously making sure chances are of you being paid earlier are much better. Because if a person is using Luno, using ValR, they can't quickly pay you when you have a BEP20, or when you have only a BEP20 network. But when you have a TRC20 network, then they can pay you. Remember, most of the community, they go for Easy Wallet, Luno. That's what they learn. So therefore, cater for them. Yes, they will pay for charges because they're learning. Once they've mastered it, they'll save from there. Now, it pays you from 8%. Level 1. You unlocked your levels by introducing 1%. Second level is unlocked. You get to receive from it. Third level to level 10 is 1%. Remember, second level is 2%. Now, level 11 to level 15 is 0.4%. It's a unilevel opportunity, unilevel structure. It pays you after 15